Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am assuming that most of you who are here because you saw part 1 of my how to start a blog / YouTube series that I'm doing. So if you haven't watched that, go give my first video a watch. I will leave it linked in the description bar below. I was sharing a little bit about my background, how I got started and created my blog and YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about things to know before you decide to create a blog / YouTube channel, things that I think are really important to take into consideration. And then tomorrow I will be sharing 10 tips on how to start a blog / YouTube channel and kind of the actual how-to. But I think it's really important to A, hear my experience first, and then B, to hear some of the things that you're getting yourself into before you actually decide to take the plunge and jump right into the whole blog YouTube realm. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Today's is going to be the harshest of them. Not that I'm like yelling at you guys, but I really do think that there are a lot of misconceptions with influencers and the way they work and stuff, and I want to get it all out there in the open and give you guys, you know, the reality of it all. So without further ado, let's hop right in. Before I begin, I have my computer right here, so if I like keep looking over here, it's because I have a blog post that's going along with this. In the blog post, my thoughts are like all nice and pretty and typed out, whereas talking on a camera is a little more spontaneous and I can share a little bit more, but I am going off of this. So if I keep looking at it or scrolling through, that is why. So the number one thing that you need to consider before creating a blog / YouTube channel is what really is an influencer. I think there are influencers out there themselves who don't know what an influencer is. I actually wrote a 6-minute speech on this for my communications class and gave it as an informative speech because I think it's something that a lot of people need to be educated on, and I'm going to actually just read you off this blurb because I think it's really important. So you want to become an influencer. That's great, but you can't just become an influencer. Like, you can't just wake up and decide, I'm gonna make an Instagram account to become an influencer. That's not how it works. So that's just not how it is. In simple terms, an influencer is someone who wields influence. That means they have influence over someone. As Paris Martinua puts it in her online article, The Wired Guide to Influencers, an influencer is shorthand for someone or something with the power to affect buying habits or other actions by uploading some form of digital, often sponsored content. The value and authenticity this person holds is what gives them power and influence over their viewers. Let me say that again. The value and authenticity this person holds is what gives them power over their viewers. That is what makes them an influencer, because you could have 50,000 people following you, but if you don't influence that person, if you don't influence their buying habits or the way they dress or the things they do, then you don't have influence over someone, if that makes sense. So an influencer is someone who has influence and kind of changes the way someone views something or sways their opinion towards something. Influencers are very powerful, and they have the power, essentially, to make or break a product. So when you, a viewer, likes their content, you choose to follow them or subscribe to them. Because these influencers have a following and are seen as trustworthy, credible sources to their viewers, brands see values in their opinions. And that is how influencers land brand deals, is because these people, not only do they have a following, because a following isn't everything, but these people have power and influence and are credible. You will buy something from SheIn from me because you trust me and you trust what I have to say, and that you see value in my opinion. You see that I'm wearing something from them and that I like it, and you want to do the same thing. That is what an influencer is. That is how influence happens. So that is the number one important thing to remember, is what really is an influencer, because you don't just become one. You create something. You create a blog, you create a YouTube, you create an Insta blog, and now you have influence over your viewers. The next thing to remember is growth takes time. You cannot just create an Instagram account and expect it to blow up overnight. That's not how it works. Yes, there is a little bit of luck involved, but it's consistency and endless hard work and countless hours of unpaid work that is so important. Like, growth takes time. There are people that are going to move at much different paces than you. That's another thing that's really important, is that everyone goes at their own pace. Like, some people are going to gain 10K in 6 months. Some people are going to take 5 years to gain 10K. Like me. me. And that's totally okay because everyone runs their own race at a different pace, and that's very important. And just because that person gained 10,000 followers in 6 months does not discredit or make your 10,000 followers less valuable because it took you longer to get them. Remember that. Comparison will absolutely eat you alive, and it will kill you as quickly as like you created something. So really keep that in mind. The next one I feel like should be pretty obvious, but to some people it's not, so I'm gonna put it out there, and it is you should not be starting your blog or Instagram or YouTube or whatever it is for the perks. I know it's so easy to look at people and be like, God, like they have it so easy. They make money from talking to their camera and they get free clothes sent to them all the time and yada yada yada. Yes, I make money from what I am doing. Yes, I get free clothes from what I am doing, but I worked tirelessly without pay for years before I got to this point. Years. Even if I wasn't getting free clothes at this stage or I wasn't getting paid at this stage in the game, I would still be doing what I am doing. I would still be posting on my blog 4 times a week. I would still be filming YouTube videos because I love it. You need to join for the right reasons. You want to be in it for the right reasons. Your followers and brands especially will see right through you if you are in it for the wrong reasons. It's so obvious who is in it like just for the money, I guess, and your passion and your heart for what you are doing should always, always, always be the utmost important thing to you. The last one's going to sound kind of harsh, but it is so true, and it is figure it out on your own. I know that sounds really harsh, especially because this is a video that's literally giving you my advice on how to start a blog and a YouTube, which I obviously am still going to do, but you can only ask so many questions. You can only ask someone else to do so much of the work for you, and then eventually you're just going to have to take the plunge and do it for yourself. Like, I can only hold your hand for so long until you decide to have the courage to post your first video or post your first blog post, and you're going to have to figure some of it out on your own, and that's good, guys. You will learn so much more from trial and error than you ever will from a Pinterest article or a blog post or a self-help book. You really will. You need to sit down and you need to fail, and you need to fail on your own, and it has to happen because to succeed you have to fail first. It is literally the stepping stone to success, okay? So if you get discouraged, good, because it's important to be discouraged. It's a part of the journey of growth. And while I'm not saying completely fail and give up, obviously you're going to need to eventually sit down and ask for help, but don't expect someone else to do all the work for you. You're going to have to put forth the effort, and you're going to have to do a little research on your own, you know, do a little digging, do some research, type into the Google search bar yourself, and really see what you can come up with, because I think that period with yourself where you're sitting there really trying to get your business started and you're trying to be better and you're figuring out all these new tactics and you're trying them and seeing what works and what doesn't, that, oh my God, you will grow wonders just in doing that for yourself. You really, really will. So I encourage you to sit down and figure some things out on your own. I think it's really important, and it will help you so much. And the last thing I think you should know before starting your blog or your YouTube channel is that it will absolutely flip your world upside down. And I mean that in every way possible. Starting my blog has absolutely changed my life more than I ever could have imagined. And I know it sounds super, super, super cliche, but it is so true. I started my blog when I was 14 years old, and I turned 19 on May 28th. I don't even know when this is going up, so my birthday may be in a couple days, but it has just changed my life, and I could not imagine going through my teen years without sharing my life and my experiences and growing up alongside my viewers on the internet. Like, I know that not everyone that watches my YouTube videos reads my blog, but I have some very loyal readers who have been with me since day one, and it's just, that's such a heartwarming feeling, guys. And when you decide to finally take the next step and start your blog, start your YouTube channel, and finally hit publish, you will know exactly what it feels like. You will feel that sense of pride, that sense of like, oh my God, it's just this overwhelming warmth in your heart for what you do. And if you are listening to this and you're like, yes, I understand all these things and I still want to do it, then go for it. Just do it. You know, there's no time like the present, and it could turn out to be the best decision of your life. So that is going to be all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and stick around for tomorrow's video, which is going to be 10 tips on how to start your own blog and YouTube. Okay, peace out, Girl Scouts.